Are you thinking about buying a home in the Chicago suburbs? There are certain types of homes that you need to run from. It could kill your dream of home ownership and spiral you into a financial nightmare. I'm Wendy Pollock and this is Mark Pollock. And over the years, we've helped families navigate the Chicago metropolitan housing market and to avoid these costly mistakes. We can assure you that most buyers, that they have no idea that these risks even exist until it's too late.
In this video, we're going to break down every point you need to know before making an offer. And at the end, we'll share what mistakes to avoid.
All right, we're going to talk about the first mistake. The first type of home that you need to run from are those older homes that have not been updated. They may look charming, but they're very expensive problems.
Yeah, the older areas like Elmhurst and Joliet, the pre-1970 homes, they make up nearly half of the market in those areas. And many of them come with specific wiring problems, poor insulation, and foundation issues.
All right, talk about poor wiring. Like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, a lot of the older homes, they've got aluminum wiring. It's a fire hazard and a risk that sometimes is uninsurable.
Yeah, absolutely. And how about those foundation issues?
Yeah, definitely. The foundation issues, the cracks and the seepage issues, those could be $15,000 to $30,000.
You need to be with an agent that understands what a gutter system is. When they see a crack that's been properly filled, I'm going to be honest, they actually look ugly.
If it's done right, they last longer than the actual foundation. They just need to be done correctly by a professional with a warranty.
Absolutely. And many of those cracks come with a warranty that actually transfers to the next buyers. And old heating systems, they just skyrocket those winter bills, upwards of $150 or more per month.
And you don't have good insulation, that just increases your monthly bills.
Talk about the next problem, Mark.
All right. The next problem we're going to talk about is unpermitted and do-it-yourself renovations. These can literally make your home uninsurable.
And what we're seeing, and we actually saw this in Lamont on a home. So the home was for sale. The previous owner did not pull permits. And then when the buyer went to sell the home, the village came knocking at the door. And that buyer is taking on the liability of the code violations and unpaid fines. They're retroacting these permits, and this can cost you $5,000 to $15,000. And insurance companies can even deny damage claims to those unpermitted work. And let me tell you, they're investigating this.
Yeah, so you definitely want to catch those things before you close, and it's your problem.
Yeah, and as we explained, they're actually using the pictures of the previous sale for the next sale to catch those permit issues.
We've seen clients forced to tear out their basements and bathrooms because they weren't permitted. It's huge financial issues.
Now, here's one of the biggest red flags: outdated plumbing and electrical systems. Mark, what are we looking for these?
Well, for the electrical, we're looking for aluminum wiring. And the plumbing, the old cast iron pipes, they seem fine and they do work, but when they do fail, replacing them can cost $50,000 to, who knows, $50,000 to $60,000 in today's market.
Not to mention knob and wire wiring. Pre-1940 homes is almost always uninsurable, and even updated homes can face policy rejection for old systems. And now let's talk about knob and tube wiring from pre-1940 homes. It's almost always uninsurable, and even updated homes can face policy rejection for old systems. All right, we're on to flooding risk.
Oh yeah. The flood-prone or poorly drained properties, the risk is growing for these, and it can drain your savings instantly.
You need to make sure that you're checking those FEMA maps, because it's not only is the home in the floodplain, but how much monthly is that going to cost you to insure across? And what we're seeing is, just like in Joliet, it was updated. In 2019, those FEMA maps added a new 100-year flood zones in the downtown and along Hickory Creek. And then after July 2025 floods, even more areas in Lamont and Aurora started requiring flood insurance.
Yeah, we've seen 100-year floods, 100-year rains occur every few years, the past few years. Flood insurance alone can add $1,000 to $2,000 per year for water damage, repairs, and it can easily exceed $20,000.
Now we're going to talk about distressed properties. These are so-called bargains, often turn into nightmares once you own them.
Yeah, vacant homes, they can suffer from leaks, mold, vandalism, copper theft, mold remediation alone can run $10,000 to $30,000.
Yeah, homes are truly meant to be lived in. And in the end, the repair costs usually outweigh the savings of the purchase price on these abandoned foreclosures and distressed properties.
Homes on a busy road or near train tracks, you got to watch out for these.
Yeah, and honestly, even if you get that price point to a great price where you're getting the showings, what does the feedback say?
Yeah, busy street. It takes longer. It makes the home not as liquid. When you go to sell it, you're not going to get as much, and it's going to take longer to sell it.
And we've heard it over and over. Location, location, location. So that constant train noise, those can range up to 60 to 70 decibels. It's like a garbage disposal running non-stop in your home. It wrecks your sleep, and it really raises the stress levels.
Yeah, homes near these areas and corridors, they're at least 10 to 15% lower than the quieter, regular neighborhoods. And it does take longer to sell.
The rule of thumb is buy the best home that you can afford in the best location that you possibly can. So the biggest mistakes isn't buying the wrong house. It's buying without someone like ourselves who knows how to spot the traps before you sign on the dotted line. Every family that has lost their home to these problems thought they were getting a great deal.
All right, so hit that subscribe button to stay updated on the market reality. I'm Mark, and this is Wendy Pollack, and we've been helping families out in the Chicago suburbs for over 2 decades. If you're planning on buying or selling in the Chicagoland area, give us a call or email us at info@Pollack Properties. We'd be glad to help you out.
If you really want to understand why some homes in the Chicago suburbs are a trap, the next step is seeing the bigger picture. Click over to the next video. See you over there.